Hey everyone, Son of Sanguinius here, and today we're going to be continuing our Blood Angels Tactics videos by going over Brother Corbulo. So he comes in at 120 points. He is Weapon Skill 5, Ballistic Skill 5, Strength 4, Toughness 4, 3 wounds, Initiative 5, 3 attacks, Leadership 10, with a 3-up armor save. For war gear, he has a power armor, a bolt pistol, frag and crack grenades, and a Narthecium. His warlord trait is Speed of the Primarch. Special rules are, and they shall know no fear, Furious Charge, and Independent Character. And he also has the Far-Seeing Eye. Once per game, as long as Corbulo has not been removed as a casualty, this ability may be used to do one of the following. Re-roll the dice to seize initiative. Re-roll the dice to see if a unit arrives from reserve. Re-roll a single dice used in a to hit or to wound roll, or a single dice used in a saving throw, or re-roll a single scatter die. And for Relics of Baal, he has 2. First up is Heaven's Teeth. This is his chainsword, basically. It's a Strength 1, AP nothing, melee, rending chainsword. Pretty good, all things considered. And he also has the Red Grail. All friendly units, all friendly units with the Blood Angels faction within 6 inches of Corbulo, including himself, add 1 to their weapon skill and initiative. This bonus to weapon skill is not cumulative with the bonus granted by a Blood Chalice, and the Blood Chalice is what the regular sanguinary priests have. Okay, so Brother Corbulo, pretty similar role to the sanguinary priest. Again, his main focus is supportive, not offensive. Really, you want to use him to keep alive the things you don't want to die. The Far-Seeing Eye is good. Just make sure to keep in mind what you really want to be using him for. What I mean by that is you're only going to be able to use his Far-Seeing Eye once per game. So when you pick your role, pick it wisely. Don't just squander it on something that's not critical to the game. And of course, that can be difficult to tell when you're in the heat of the moment and it's turn 3. You got 2 more turns left, but the game's halfway over at this point. What do I do? Is this really worth it? That can be a bit of a dilemma there, but hey, it's a nice thing to have, and I'm sure with time one would be able to discern what is really worth using, what it's really worth using on, as far as gameplay is concerned. So his relics are okay. The Red Grail is nice. Let's see. It should be noted that it says all units within 6 inches, so it's not just the unit that he's in, it's also any units that are within 6 inches of Corbulo himself, which is nice, as opposed to the Blood Chalice and the Narthecium of the regular Sanguinary Priest that only affect the squad that he's in. So Brother Corbulo can actually extend his reach to some other units, which is nice. And it also adds 1 to their initiative, not just their weapon skill. Again, all these bonuses are going to stack, and while it definitely buffs Corbulo, let's see, he's going to be weapon skill, assuming he's charging, he's going to be weapon skill 6, strength 6, with Heaven's Teeth, which is +1 strength and Furious Charge, so weapon skill 6, strength 6, initiative 7, with the Red Thirst and the Red Grail. With 3 attacks, he does have a bolt pistol, so +1 attack for that and +1 on the charge. So 5 attacks, weapon skill 6, strength 6 at initiative 7 with rending. That can definitely do some work. It's probably not going to be the best comparing it to something like power weapons, but Corbulo can do some damage in close combat. And more importantly, the rest of the squad that he's in will also be able to benefit from those buffs. And together they can really be a force to be reckoned with. So as far as what kind of squad to put Corbulo in, you could go with some tacticals. You could also go with some Stern Guard or Vanguard. In my mind, probably best in like a drop pod. That way they're right there in the action, right where you need them. You could put them in some other vehicle as well, maybe like a, if it's a smaller squad, maybe a Razorback. But honestly, for the for the amount of points that you're paying for Corbulo, I would want him to keep him alive as possible. So, since he doesn't have any invuln save, I would think that would be as many lookout sirs as I could possibly get. So I would try and max out the squad, or at least go up to 9. 9 tacticals, 9 stern guard, 9 vanguard, and then put them in a rhino, or probably the better option would be something like a drop pod. The only exception to that is if he was in something like a Terminator squad or Terminator assault squad. Then I could see maybe throwing him in a land raider with them and moving him up the table that way. That could certainly help. And on the topic of Terminators, they do have an invuln save, so if you did need to look out for something for Corbulo, at least they can provide some extra resiliency as far as that's concerned. Overall, I think Corbulo is an interesting HQ. I think one would probably need to put a little bit of thought into how to use him wisely. I personally have never used Corbulo, mainly for the fact that he didn't really have a jump pack, and I don't know, I like all my HQs to have jump packs and be charging up with, Assault Marines and Death Company and, all that fun stuff that the Blood Angels got. But anyway, like I said, Corbulo, interesting HQ. He just needs to be used wisely, and a little bit of thought needs to go in as to, what kind of squad you're going to put him in, how you're going to get him to where he needs to be, and what kind of unit would offer the best protection for this HQ. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.